Hey guys, I'm Ray Talabis, doing another one of my reviews in my series of cigar reviews. Today's cigar for this video review is one of my personal favorites. Again, it's one of the cigars that came out of my personal collection of cigars. I have like 13 humidors. I've mentioned that in previous reviews. One of my favorite cigars, albeit like a cigar that I don't visit or revisit enough because like I said, like I only have like two glass top humidors in which I can see what's in the humidor mostly. And I mean I have humidors that are like on top of each other, like maybe two in a row, or or stacked like three or whatever. And like it's just hard to get to some cigars. I do love this cigar dearly. It's a cigar from Don Pepin Garcia, my father cigar company. My father is based out of Nicaragua. It's a great cigar company. I mean, they have like business headquarters also in I believe Miami, Florida. But it's a My Father cigars. They produce like just wonderful cigars, whether it be the Don Pepin series, the Jaime Garcia series, or the My Father series. You might have heard of like Flor de las Antillas or La Antigüedad or whatever. Those are My Father things, and of course they have the Don Pepin Garcia line from which this cigar is going to be. They also they also have the Jaime Garcia line, which is his son. Jaime is his son. The owner and founder of My Father is Jose Pepin Garcia. Um, it's a wonderful company. I mean, without further ado, the cigar that we're doing today is the Don Pepin Garcia Classic. You can see the blue footband. It's about a robusto size. The ring gauge isn't really that thick. I'm not even. I mean, it might be a 50. It's probably about a five by. I want to say a 5 by 5. A five. A 50 ring gauge. Maybe not a 50. It might be a 50. 50 ring gauge by a 5-inch cigar robusto. It's. I mean, the original. It's called Don Pepin Garcia Original. Most people know it as the Don Pepin Blue label. Obviously, because the label is blue. They also have Don Pepin Garcia Black Label, and you might know the Don Pepin Garcia Series JJ. Obviously, the Black Label has a black label, and the Series JJ has like a cream color label or whatever. Um, it's got like a kind of like a dark natural color to it. It's not a Maduro, but it's got like a dark natural color to it. Beautiful smoke, wonderful band. Great production quality in this. You know, just a very strong, full-bodied smoke. I mean, when I think of Don Pepin Garcia, they have so many products. You know what I mean? So many great products. Like they won Cigar of the Year twice. Once with Flor de las Antillas, and once with My Father, the Bijou 1920 something or other. Uh, that was those. So those are two cigar of the years for Pepin. The 1920 something was named after his father's birthday. The original My Father line was done by Jaime Garcia, his son, in tribute to his father. And then I think later on, Don Pepin decided to do a tribute to his father. Hence, he needed to distinguish the original My Father with his, so he called it the Bijou, which means diamond, I think, in French or whatever. And 1920 something after his father's birthday. So those are both kind of the tribute cigars to their fathers and everything. Wonderful cigars, like I said, like the original Pepin cigar of the year, or My Father cigar of the year, was the Flor de las Antillas. It was like earlier in 2000, I think. And then the Labijou, the My Father Labijou, 19 whatever, won cigar of the year. I guess like maybe like a decade later or something. So I mean, they're a pretty prestigious company. They're one of my favorite companies. You know, in general, they're like stronger smokes. But like I was saying, when I think of Don Pepin Garcia, or My Father, especially Don Pepin Garcia, because originally it was Don Pepin Garcia, and then it turned to My Father after they started producing My Father cigars. So when I think of Don Pepin Garcia cigars, I think of the Blue Label. Um, I think it's the original. It does say original here. And what I remember of this cigar is that it's very strong, very full flavored, strong tobacco flavor. Um, Kind of like an impactful cigar. I mean, like kind of a cigar that you remember. A very, I mean, my recollections of this cigar is that it's a very pure and spirit cigar. It's not trying to like be what it's not. You know what I mean? It's just a very strong, straightforward, deep tobacco flavor with dark tobacco flavors because it is a darker cigar. Those are my memories of it. I mean, like I said, this is one of my favorite, even though like I have a hard time revisiting it because it's like out of sight, out of mind. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna pair it with some water in my trusty Sam Smith pint glass. Need a lot of water today. It's really hot. Yeah, I forgot to say we're in Baltimore right now. Beginning of the work week for many people. Um, Monday afternoon on a hot summer day in Baltimore, Maryland, which is known to have hot, muggy, humid summer days. So I'm trying to keep cool with the water. But as you know, sometimes I pair my cigars reviews with an alcohol. I'm drinking beer today. Good old Budweiser. Um, Also, just to mix up the non-alcoholic ones, I'm going with some Diet Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Love the Diet Canada Ginger Ale. Love ginger ale in general. Great to mix with like liquor too. You know what I mean? Whether it be vodka or gin or even rum or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and you know take the footband off this. Take the I think I'll keep the label on a little bit longer, depending on if it interferes with my smoking. Go ahead and take clip the cap off the head. Um, Smelling a light tobacco right now off the wrapper. Not too much off the foot. It's it's really nice. Kind of firm with a little give. I mean, seems like it's packed very evenly and no real soft spots. It's just a well. I mean, like most Don Pepin Garcia product or DPG, whatever you want to call it, DPG Don Pepin Garcia products. You're gonna get a quality product. Everybody knows that. Who knows anything about cigars, not Don and Don Pepin Garcia. Ooh, the beer's getting warm. You know it's a hot day when your beer gets warm that fast. Um, yeah, Don Pepin Garcia's products are like really just quality. You really can't go wrong with Don Pepin Garcia. Company out of Nicaragua. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take the footband off and maybe the other labels if it interferes with my smoking, and clip the head. Clip the cap off the head and get the cigar review going. So anyway, take care. I'll be right back, and hope you guys are all having a wonderful day out there. And all right, take care. Okay, hey out there. We're back. Hope everyone's doing well. Um, I mean, depending on when you see this review, I hope you guys are, you know, able to let your hair down and kind of like, shake off the busy work day, work week, whatever. And anyway, so here we are. I go ahead and I went ahead and clipped the cap off the head. Um, I'm looking forward to this cigar. I haven't had this cigar in like maybe wow, it's been a long time actually. Maybe like 2 years. I mean, like I don't even, this particular sample is probably like maybe like 3 years old or whatever. So maybe it's been like only 1 year. I don't know. No memory. I mean, like this stuff isn't coming off a hard drive or RAM or whatever. So like, memory for human beings is like, you know, uncertain at best sometimes, or a little bit certain at best. But it is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and toast the foot of this Don Pepin Garcia blue label robusto. About a about a about a 5 inch by 50 ring gauge cigar. So let's go ahead and hard to see the flame in this light. There we go. Oh, that's a big flame. I wanna adjust the flame, but I don't have a little screwdriver to like go ahead and adjust the flame on this thing. So I'm just hoping not to burn my fingers right now. Um, that's probably good enough. Lighting it with my favorite lighter again, the old Calibri. Um, I love it. The temperamental one that I mentioned earlier. But we'll see if it lights again. There we go. Like I said, this is my favorite lighter. I mean, it's just I don't know. I might be crazy, but this seems to have a personality of its own. So I got a second lighter here. It's a little bit more dependable. It's newer, so it's not really my favorite because, like, I have my loyalties to like my older lighters or whatever. I have 3 lighters, by the way. The other one was the kind of like a desktop Perdomo lighter. Go ahead and toast the edge of the rim of the head, the foot. I forgot if I lit it. So here we go. We're all properly lit now. Um, gonna go ahead and have a little beer, get comfortable. All right, here we go. Wow. Man, it's already starting off medium full body, medium full flavor. Like a dark tobacco at first, and then it has like a lighter tobacco in the flavor in the middle for the smoke. Spicy. I mean, Don Pepin Garcias are known for spice. I mean, like sort of like Opuses and most Nicaraguan smokes have a lot of spice in them. Opus is Dominican, but most Nicaraguan smokes are spicy. I love that about Nicaraguan smokes. I mean, like I love My Father very, very much. I have the deepest respect for the Garcias and the My Father, you know, um, corporation or whatever. Personally, that was really good. That it was kind of like almost caramely actually a little bit. And like I love My Father cigars. I have the deepest respect for them. But honestly, my favorite cigar company in Nicaragua is Joya or Hoya de Nicaragua. I mean, they're the oldest tobacco company or cigar company in Nicaragua, the first. what is that flavor in tasting? It's a very complex cigar. It's a very dark flavor, dark tobacco flavor. But it has like graduations in the flavor, so it's like dark and middle dark and light dark at the same time, which is like throwing me off. Very spicy. Anyway, Hoya or Joya, however you want to say it. I mean, you want to say gyro, I want to say gyro or gyro or whatever, gyro. Or you can say fo, or you can say pho. I mean, I say, what the fuck, man? I mean, it's like, dude, man, it's like, it's like, it's pho to me, man. I'm freaking from America. It's spelled P-H-O. I mean, if you want to call it pho, fine, man. But, I mean, you're in America, man. P-H-O spells pho. I mean, that's just where I'm coming from. I really don't care how you say it. But I'm not going to go around like, can I have some pho? Whatever, dude. I mean, it's like gyro and gyro. I mean, in Greek, it's supposed to be pronounced gyro. In America, we call it gyro because that's how it's spelled. I don't know. I mean, I really don't care. You know what I mean? But don't be getting on me if I don't call it pho. You know what I mean? Whatever, dude. I call it pho, man. I always call it pho. Oh, it just sounds right to me. I mean, I'm not from Vietnam. We're not in Vietnam or whatever. I'm not saying you have to be from Vietnam to call it pho, but I just call it pho, dude. I mean, in the end, it doesn't really matter because who really cares about these things? But I mean, I don't know. That was just on the brain for some reason. Gyro, gyro. I call it gyro, man. Most people I know call it gyro, but I'm sure like Greek restaurant owners appreciate when you call it a gyro, but I walk into a restaurant and like order a gyro. I don't know. I'm not thinking about how I'm supposed to pronounce these things. Drinking a Budweiser. Anyway, I don't care. I don't care what people do or whatever. I just care when people tell me what to do, and I don't agree with it. You know what I mean? And then they disagree that I don't agree with it. You know what I mean? And then it's like, whatever, dude, man. Like, you're never gonna tell me something that I don't agree with, and I'm gonna agree with it. It's just not gonna happen, man. If I don't agree with it, I don't agree. If I agree with it, I'll agree with it. If I don't agree with it, you're never gonna convince me to agree with it. And that's just the way I am. You know what I mean? If I agree with what you say, I will gladly agree with it. I love the truth, right? But I mean, if you say something and I don't agree with it, like internally, I'm not gonna agree with you just to agree with you, man, right? And accept it and then live a life like that. No, I'm not gonna do that, man. It's just not gonna happen. Sorry. I'm not really pissed off or anything, even though I might be coming off that way. But I mean, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Because a day is another day. You know what I mean? Like the next day is gonna be the next day. Most of this stuff you don't remember anyway. Any confrontations or like, I mean, like, Pearl Jam has a song, right? In that song, Pearl Jam's one of my favorite, one of my all-time favorite bands. The line goes, "Hearts and thoughts they fade away. Hearts and thoughts they fade away." And that's true though, isn't it? I mean, especially the thought part. Some of these thoughts that just fade away, man, and into the ether. You know what I mean? It's like you might have done something that was bad one day. The next day you forgot about it because you're moving on to other things. The next thing, the next part of life. So I mean, these things I rant about, like that might kind of like rankle me. It doesn't really matter to me because like the next day is the next day anyway. It's like I don't remember these things that might have happened in the past. I try not to anyway for the most part. Anyway, this is a cigar review for the Pepin Garcia Blue Label original, the robusto size. Pairing it with an alcoholic beverage, beer, Budweiser, some cold water. Yeah, I mean, if you ever watch some of these shows, some of my reviews, I tend to go off on tangents when I'm serving a cigar. I mean, it happens all the time in like cigar lounges or whatever. I don't have to be in a cigar lounge today. I'm just shooting a review. That was good, man. I'm getting leather now. The body's kind of like actually like fluctuating. It's kind of like getting less instead of getting stronger. I got leather there. The tobacco flavor wasn't really that strong there. Mostly leather, leather and a less strong tobacco flavor. I mean, cigars are like a no, they're a natural product, so they're not they're they perform with the natural product tobacco that's been like rolled within the cigar. So you're going to go to some areas of a cigar, like whether it be the first third or the second third or the last third, where like the different characteristics of a cigar change. Whether it's the body, whether it's the flavor, whether it's spiciness. And it makes cigar smoking interesting, I think. Um, so we're here into the first third right now. I know we talked about probably too much stuff not related to the actual cigar we're reviewing, and I apologize for that. But let me give you some more tasting notes on this. I mean, I love this cigar. The Don Pepin Garcia original or blue label. I love this cigar. I don't know. I taste spice. I kind of taste cotton as like the center of the smoke, and I don't like that very much. Um, I don't know what's going on with this cigar. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's not what I remember of this typical stick. Um, yeah, I got tobacco fume there. What I mean by tobacco fume is like when you exhale a puff, it's sort of like a fuel fume, and I equate that to strength. And these cigars, I mean, most Don Pepin Garcia cigars are very powerful in terms of strength. So I'm not loving it right now. I mean, like I said, like I mean, I don't know if I said this earlier, but I bought a box of these, probably about 20 of these Don Pepin Garcia Blue Label Robustos. And I know I love this cigar. Um, like I said in earlier reviews, cigars, even from a box of cigars, each cigar in this or each sample of the cigar from in that box are going to taste a little different from each other or whatever. So you can't really make a judgment on a cigar until you smoke enough of them, I think. And I smoked enough of these to know that this is a fine, 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 fine cigar. So be that as may, I mean, this sample. I mean, I know I love this cigar, and it's not that unpleasant. It's just that it's not really living up to my memory of this particular Don Pepin Garcia Blue Label Robusto. The aroma's great, very strong. I mean, I like it. I love it, but each puff seems to change. There was a weird flavor there. Um, I want to say like a complex caramel flavor. There's some leather there, leather and tobacco. Um, Not too much cedar right now, but like I said, this is a dark natural cigar, so I'm getting dark natural flavors of tobacco. Um, you know, how to explain that? Sort of like sometimes you get brownie. I'm not getting brownie. I'm getting a dark, like a brown tobacco flavor, as opposed to like say a Connecticut or Colorado Rosado, where it's more of like a lighter, kind of like cedar kind of tobacco flavor. Anyway, we're down into the going into the second third. I don't want to keep you too long. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, smoke this down to the second third. Maybe get a new beer. Um, Drink some more water. Hoping you're finding this review a little bit informational about this cigar. Hope you get an idea. I mean, all I have to say is Don Pepin Garcia, My Father. I mean, like it's a quality company, man. Like I said earlier, they've won like two cigars of the years. Um, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, like Padrones won three, and they're out of Nicaragua. Three cigars of the year. Fuente just won its second one with the Eye of the Shark. The previous one was Opus Double Corona, I believe. Not too many companies winning multiple cigars of the year from CA or Cigar Aficionado. Uh, it's an accomplishment just to win one, and Pepin's won like two, and Padrones won three, and Fuentes won two. So it's something that you can like hang on the wall and say like this is my accomplishment, I guess, for the cigar companies. It goes a long way to like sales and everything. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. Get you on the flip side. Hey, how are you doing? So we're on the other side of the flip side. Um, I mentioned this earlier that Filipinos are like nickname flips and an earlier review, and so I'm Filipino American. High school friends called me, referred to me that way. Anyway, my little pet thing. I was out there. I mean, you can see we're to the second third now. Um, the second third. I was out in the patio because right now we're in the enclosed patio um, at my house, and so we have a giant wooden deck connected to this thing. By the way, I'm drinking a Anchor Steam now. It's a steam beer brewed in San Francisco. Kind of like caramely, malty kind of flavors. A very kind of like a darker kind of beer. Very good beer. I suggest you try it out. You can find it almost anywhere. Anchor Steam's pretty popular. Anyway, I was outside smoking the cigar, and the aroma coming out the foot was just beautiful, beautiful aromatic, like leather and tobacco smell. Just wonderful. The body's picked up. It's really becoming a great smoke. I would imagine this particular sample of my Don Pepin Garcia cigars are probably close to like maybe 2 or 3 years old. I mean, my cigars range from like 5 or 6 years old to about like a year old by now. And this, I guess I bought this in the middle part of the interim or whatever. And so it's about in the middle of the age between 5 and a year old. So it's about 2 or 3 years old. So it's got some age on it. One thing is like I talked about in earlier reviews of review of the black label, Tatuaje Black Label, Corona Gorda, and I also talked about like how I also smoked a Lost City Forbidden X, and how I mentioned that they had like a rye flavor, kind of tea flavor that's very unusual, something that I've really never tasted before. But I'm noticing that a lot of my age, especially darker, like dark natural or natural or Maduro, not Maduro, dark natural or natural aged cigars that I have. I mean, especially this one, I'm starting to get that it's not as strong as the Black Label or the Lost City. Um, yeah, I know the Lost City's made a really aged tobacco, and that's why it's expensive. Like the longer you age a cigar, um, you know, the more expensive it is, and that's why like really aged cigars, really aged tobacco made into a cigar are relatively more expensive than not aged cigars that aren't aged as long. So I'm getting that rye, um, not so much, a little bit of tea, I guess. A lot of leather, a lot of strength, a lot of rich tobacco flavor. Something you got to remember about this particular stick, which is Don Pepin Garcia Blue Label Robusto. I mean, I mean, uh, I think the body, yeah, oh, spicy. The body is like medium full. Um, I mean, if you want to taste like a body on a cigar that's really full, I suggest you try the Tatuaje Black Label. Any black label, whether it be the Petit Robusto, which I smoked before, the Corona Border, which I smoked before. You want to taste the full body. Smoking one of those, man. That's a full body, man. Full body, full flavor. This is full flavor. It's like medium full body. Yeah, a little bit of rye, which mixed with tobacco, mixed with like strength. Very, very nice cigar. I can smoke this every day. I don't know. I love this cigar. I mean, I think I have like out of a box of 20, I might have like 8 left. And I bought this 3 years ago. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. I want to touch on a topic. I mean, here we are into the second third of the Don Pepin Garcia Blue Label Robusto. Touch on the topic of liquor. Um, I mean, my question is, do do men love liquor more than women? I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, I see more people. I see more men drinking liquor, like whiskey or vodka or gin, than women. But I could be wrong. Um, you know, I like my favorite liquor is whiskey, and my favorite whiskey is bourbon over Scotch. Whiskey, bourbon seems to be more friendlier to me than Scotch. So that's what I like. My favorite whiskey is my favorite liquor, whether it's beer or liquor, is Woodford Reserve. I love the hell out of that whiskey. It's American whiskey. I don't. I think it might be Kentucky. I think it's Kentucky. But bourbon seems to be more approachable than Scotch to me. And then you have the single malt Scotches and the blended Scotches. And to tell you the truth, I mean, there's a lot of things going about. It's all about single malts right now, and I can understand that because single malts are delicious. You know, um, Single malts are very delicious. I kind of like if they have a little bit of caramel note, a little bit, not as caramel notey as like say a bourbon. Scotch, I associate Scotch with like cedar and leather kind of flavor with fire. Um, I do love Scotch a lot, and the blended ones. I mean, I think blended Scotch doesn't get enough due. They seem like the redheaded stepchild of the Scotch world. I could be wrong or whatever. I mean, I don't want to say anything that I'm not 100% sure on, but I mean I mean, to me, the most of the focus on single malts. One of my favorite Scotch is a blended Scotch. Is Johnny Walker. I have Johnny Walker Black right now, and I just think it's delicious. I mean, if you give me a Johnny Walker Black and you gave me something like a Glenfiddich or whatever, I really couldn't tell the difference. I mean, and one just Johnny Walker is a blended Scotch, and Glenfiddich, which is one of my favorite Scotches, is a single malt. I don't know. I love liquor. I love rum. I mean, at first, like I had a hard time like drinking rum straight or whatever. But once I got used to it, I mean, I love rum. It kind of reminds me of like whiskey or whatever. My favorite rum is Abuelo or Zacapa, Ron Zacapa. Um, you know, um, Rum is delicious. I mean, whether you drink it straight. I mean, most of the time I never really drank it straight, but then when I started drinking it straight or on the rocks or whatever, I'm going ahead and taking off the bands right now before they like ignite. That wouldn't be good. Yeah, rum. At first, most of the time I drank rum earlier in my life. I drank it, in mixed drinks or whatever. Whether it's with ginger ale or or in a mixed range, like a Manhattan, not a Manhattan, but I think they have rum and mojitos or something. Maybe I make rum and mojitos. I don't know if I think mojitos with tequila. I don't know. I usually mix them when I make mojitos, rum and tequila. But then I started drinking it straight, and I liked it. It kind of reminded me of whiskey. No, it's got to be a good one, I think. I mean, like, I never really drank Bacardi straight, I don't think. You know what gets me, though? I was watching a television show. It was like a food show, right? I think it was like Anthony Bourdain or whatever. And he was in Russia with his Russian friend, whatever his name was. And, like, they showed, like, these Russians drinking vodka. Like, they were appreciating it. They were sipping it like a freaking wine. I mean, if you ever tasted vodka, it tastes like freaking alcohol. It tastes like rubbing alcohol. To me, it tastes like rubbing alcohol. You ever tasted vodka? It tastes like rubbing. I mean, that's why I don't drink vodka straight unless I'm like shooting it, trying to get plastic or something. When I was a lot younger, I don't do that anymore. But they were sipping it like it was. They were appreciating the flavor of vodka, which to me tastes like rubbing alcohol. I usually have to mix vodka with something to drink it. And these guys are like appreciating the. I mean, you have to be hard. I appreciate Russians just for that. I mean, Russians also have like great architecture. Like if you see pictures of like St. Petersburg or whatever, they have beautiful monuments and buildings and everything. And they're hardcore, man. If they can drink vodka like that, man, you got to give it to them, man. I mean, I don't hate people, man. I'm an American, but I don't hate people. Unless they're bad to me, and that's an individual person. I mean, I don't hate people just because of classification or whatever. I mean, I don't do that. Which reminds me, when I mentioned it earlier, I was at Towson University. I started in 2001, and dude, there was this one girl who was flirting with me, right? And and she did something. Then at the end of one class, I went up to her. I followed her out the door because she was kind of flirting with me, and started talking to her. Dude, she was like a Russian. She had to be like 5'11", 5'10". She's a big girl. I mean, I'm not saying like she was tall. You know what I mean? And she had like blonde curly hair, um, and um, and just a beautiful face. She had a great dimensions, if you know what I mean. Just a dime. I mean, she was. I mean, if you don't know what a dime is, she was a dime or a 10. Okay. And I was talking to her, and she said she was from Russia, but she seemed sad about it. And I was like, I told her, look, your culture is beautiful. I mean, just look at the buildings, the monuments, and the architecture of like St. Petersburg or Moscow. You come from a great culture. You have to believe in that. Because she seemed sad about when she told me she was Russian or whatever. And but she said she was from a smaller part of Russia or whatever. Turns out she was having a boyfriend. She had a boyfriend. So I'm not sure why she was flirting with me. But when she told me she had a boyfriend, like I was like, I was friends with her after that. But I mean, what are you gonna do, man? I'm not gonna mistake somebody. You know what I mean? But she was a dime, man. She was 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot, curly blonde. And when she had sunglasses on, dude, you want to talk about instant death? You know what I mean? It's like you look at her and you just incinerate, man. Because with those sunglasses on and that long blonde hair and that tall figure, I mean, if you can picture that, man, dude, that is like instantaneous death. When it's like you're like how she's drop dead gorgeous. She was drop dead gorgeous with sunglasses, man. Even without sunglasses, when she had sunglasses, especially, man, amazing girl. Great personality, very smart. Because I was taking the course I shared with her was called discrete math, right? Very hard course. I think I got like a 98 on one exam, and I was talking to her how I got a 98, and then she like looked at me and said, "Well, I got 100 on it." So she was pretty smart. And 98 to me is pretty damn good, but whatever, dude. You try like studying discrete math, dude. It's hilarious, man. I ended up getting a B in that course, I think. think I like had a hard time studying for the final or whatever. I don't know. At 98, I don't know how I got a B, but I didn't bother, asking the professor or whatever. I was like, screw it, man. I'll take the B. What the hell ever, man. I don't care. Wow, so we're like 40 minutes in this. Talking about, the Don Pepin Garcia, Blue Label, Robusto, talking about liquor, um, you know, um, so I think we should be wrapping this up pretty soon. Um, Tasting notes, we're into the second third, halfway point probably. Um, it's just a very pleasant smoke, which is hard to say about a strong cigar. Strong as DPGs used to be, or tend to be, but very pleasant cigar. Kind of very well balanced for such a strong cigar. I just love tobacco, man. Love tobacco. Yeah, I love tobacco. Whether it's cigars or pipes or cigarettes, I mean, I would not be the poster boy for the Surgeon General. You know what I mean? I must be like the Antichrist for the Surgeon General. But be that as it may, I don't care. I mean, look, if you're gonna live, you may as well live happy, right? That's my attitude. I mean, that's my attitude, right? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause right now. Um, it's a beginning of the work week here in Baltimore, Maryland, Monday afternoon. Sunny, hot, humid. Just enjoying the cigar and shooting this review with you. Drinking a Anchor Steam beer from San Francisco, steam beer. Rich caramel, multi flavors. Need to drink some water. It's so hot, I gotta hydrate. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a pause. And I'll be catching you later. Hey, back again. So we're into the final third of the Don Pepin Garcia Blue Label. It's really turning into a great smoke right now. It's becoming more complex. I mean, I was smoking this outside, getting like a lot of leather, a lot of spice, power, some like toasted bread. I kind of lost like that rye bread flavor, um, tea flavor. I'm not getting that anymore. It's becoming a very stronger smoke. I don't know if this could use more age, man. I mean, it's such a strong smoke right now. Or just it's just a delightful smoke. Don Pepin Garcia Blue Label Robusto. Probably like got two or three years age on it. Okay, Ray J, stop. Talk straight. Maybe this Anchor Steam will help. So I'm just enjoying this time right now. It's a Monday afternoon, July 2nd, 2018. Hot summer day. Smoking a great cigar. Hope you guys are all well out there. Hope everything works out the way you want it to. Nothing wrong with that. Get a lot of spice. What is that? It's like a burnt. It's not a burnt, but a toasted bread mixed with like caraway seeds. It's not like a really strong like rye bread flavor. It's more like burnt toast with like caraway seeds in it. So I mean, if you can understand that equation. just a full body right now. It's full body, full flavor, full like really spicy. Get a lot of power. How was that? It's so hard. I mean, like you know, I said this in early reviews, man. I mean, sometimes it's hard to quantify or qualify, like qualitatively explain, like what you're tasting. I taste a lot of spice, a lot of like tobacco, a lot of strength, but it's so intense sometimes and so full bodied that it's hard to accurately describe, what you're tasting sometimes. But I mean, it's very, very enjoyable, very complex, very full bodied. I mean, I recommend picking up a stick, give it a try. I mean, everybody's heard of Don Pepin Garcia, My Father Cigars. I mean, unless like you're new to cigars, or you might not know. Not everybody knows it, but I do. I love this cigar. I mean, like I said, when I think of Don Pepin Garcia cigars or My Father cigars, I always kind of like think of the DPG blue label. I mean, to me, it's a classic Don Pepin Garcia cigar. I do love Flor de las Antillas and La Antiquidad, the Bijou, my father, the Bijou, Siri JJ. I like the black label. Um, he has other newer releases, but I don't think I ever got around to that. He has so many releases, cigar releases that it's hard to keep up with what he's doing. Just spicy. I don't know what there's a licorice flavor. I don't know, charcoal. I don't know. This thing is just like popping flavors out of nowhere. I don't know, man. It's a wonderful smoke. I highly recommend this smoke, the Don Pepin Garcia Blue Label. I mean, it might not be the most popular DPG. I mean, most people probably think of My Father releases or maybe even the Black Label or whatever. But it's my favorite release by DPG, Don Pepin Garcia. Like I said, I have so much respect for that company and the people in it. I mean, his son Jaime, the corporate owner and CEO is Don Pepin Don Jose Pepin Garcia. He has a daughter also, I think. She's hot though. I mean, I saw her in a picture of in the ad for Cigar Aficionado. She was in that, and she's pretty hot. Good looking family, man. They're a good looking family. They're Spanish. I'm mostly Spanish, being Filipino heritage. I'm mostly Spanish. I have Japanese in me. I'm American. I was born here, but proud to be an American. But I'm proud of my heritage too. Like if you're Hispanic or whatever, there's sort of like a collegiality of people with Spanish like heritage or whatever. So I kind of like have like affinity to other Spanish people. You know what I mean, or Japanese people for that matter. You know, of course, American people. You know. I don't know. I that's the way I am. I mean, obviously my allegiance is to America. I'm not anything but an American, and that's the way I feel. So here we are, coming to the end of this Don Pepin Garcia Blue Label Robusto. Not too much left to smoke here. Um, Getting tobacco, spice, uh, toasted bread, um, leather. That's one thing I forgot to mention. I got a strong leather nerd out smoking this out in the back, and I got some leather right there. A leather kind of like streak on your tongue or whatever that tastes like you're chewing on a leather belt or something. I love that flavor. It's a wonderful smoke. It's getting hot, and it's almost time for this review to end. Um, it's sad to see this cigar go and this review to end. I enjoy my time, shooting this video and kind of like reaching out to other people who might appreciate what I talk about. Getting pretty hot. I think I'll finish this beer now. Finish it right now. I mean, it kind of makes sense, finish the beer before the review ends. Chase it with some water. Try to be responsible. Chase it with some Canada Dry. Anyway, that's what I got left. What a wonderfully complex smoke this is. Tobacco, toasted bread, spice, leather. Not so much cedar. Just flavors that I love. Getting hot. Just a delicious smoke. Can't recommend it enough. Like I said, that's probably like a 2 or 3 year old cigar. So that's it. Hopefully we ended this review in a decent amount of time. Anyway, so the cigar was beautiful. I mean, let's do a summary of the Don Pepin Garcia Blue Label robusto cigar. Mostly full body, full strength. From medium full flavor to full flavor. Flavors to characterize it would be tobacco flavor, toasted bread, spice, strength, a little bit of rye bread mixed in there. Not so much cedar. I'm missing something. There was a little pencilette in there. Just really deep, rich tobacco flavors. A lot of transitions. I think just a wonderfully kind of like. I mean, for such a strong cigar, I thought it was mostly easygoing, so I liked it. And then that's pretty much the summary of the tasting notes that I have for the Don Pepin Garcia Blue Label robusto cigar. Talked about liquor and other stuff. Anyway, hoping your work week goes well. I hope that you have good life. I mean, not good life, but I hope your life is good. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this the way I end most of my reviews. Good fortune, good health, good wealth, good friends, and family. So you all take care out there. I hope to see you again. And take care.